Alright, mixture in and we're good to go?
Yep. So if the windsock is only halfway up, that's about 7 knots or something. 8 knots. 7.5 knots. You're taking off, I'll stop talking. Rudder. Little right rudder. So we took off with, see how the wind kind of rolled your wing up in the takeoff there? We have a little aileron down and stayed on that right rudder. You kind of would have taken off a little cross-controlled. Yeah. But we would have stayed, my wheel would have came up first and then your wheel, and then we would have rudder vaned into the wind and back to the center line.
Yeah. I needed more left aileron.
Yeah, but we haven't flown in a week or so. Okay. So at about 1100, you can start that right turn.
Just an enter Alpha Papa, contact departure.
Contact departure 9 Alpha Papa.
Go ahead, start the turn and you can talk to him. Switch him over. Yeah, Milwaukee Departure says 739 Alpha Papa, 1,200, climbing 2,000.
Milwaukee what? Tower?
Departure.
Oh. Milwaukee Tower, Cessna 739 Alpha Papa, 1,200, climbing 2,000.
Cessna 739 Alpha Papa, Milwaukee Departure, your radar contact.
Roger.
Run. 9 Alpha Papa.
Yep. And all the way to 210. So you tell Departure basically what altitude you're at and what altitude you're climbing to, and you call them Tower, but it's Milwaukee Departure.
Fuck, I even confirmed that with you.
Okay.
Oh man.
It's almost like there's something else going on in your mind up here. I don't know what it could be. It might be all of the millions of other sensory overload that's happening when we pick off.
Yep.
Just a hunch.
Yep.
We'll just take it up to 2,100 and level off there.
Yep. Wisconsin 9882, contact Chicago Center 133.2, have a good day. 133.2, Wisconsin 9882. Milwaukee approach Cessna 1377 Echo is at 5,000 with you.
There it is.
Information Tango.
2,100, let's level up.
1377 Echo, contact Milwaukee approach 118.47.
This is all we need to do today.
Contact approach 118.47, 1377 Echo.
Pitch, power, and then once you have the airplane leveled off, you have your power set correctly, then you trim it out. 200 is fine. Let's just stay level here.
Okay. Alright, so we got Lake Muskego actually over there, don't we?
Yeah, so let's get our chart out. Multitasking. We like to cruise at in this airplane. About 90 knots, right? So if we're a little shy of that, just add a little power in. Nose is going to come up a little bit, you need to push forward a little bit, maybe a little more trim.
Number 9 Charlie,
That's a little bit better.
6,000.
80's a little sluggish. Like 90, between 90 and 100 is a good cruise in this airplane, so you just adjust the power to get there. And then we need to lean it out. Try to stop the climb. There it goes, back in a couple turns till it goes back to about peak. There you go, that's good. And then trim as needed. Alright, so what I want you to do now is orient that map the direction.
Alpha Papa, proceed direct east Troy.
Direct east Troy, alright, so let's just turn towards that way, what we think we need to go, and let's pull out our map. And orient the map the direction we're going on your lap, so that your left is left and your right is right. There you go. Stay up here at 2,300. Let's just point at the lake for now, because that's a reference we have, right? So now we know we're basically, where are we on the map? Somewhere.
Probably somewhere here.
Oh, where's Lake Muskego? Directly 12 o'clock, right?
Yeah, so
how far are we from Lake Muskego?
Probably halfway from the lake.
Let's just try to use some, let's just spitball it, just looking where your distance, just throw out a number, what do you think?
4 miles.
Pretty close, I would say we're about 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4 Alpha Romeo, fly heading 290, vector for your descent.
Do you see this road where our strut's going over right here?
Yes.
Career track 218.
You see that? You see where there's like a football stadium and the quarry?
Yes, I do.
And there's another road just to the east of that?
Yes.
You know that forms kind of a square?
Yes.
That's about a mile up here.
Okay.
So use that and then count. That's how I do it.
I see that. Yeah, I see it 6.
About 6, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. Can you kind of form another mile down there real quick? See where those trees are formed by a square on the road? There's a road we're just about to go over.
Yeah,
This road,
right
and then
here.
there's another road where those houses start up there, that subdivision.
Yeah.
See how that's about a mile?
Okay.
That's a country mile, my friend.
Got it.
Yep.
No, that's great to know.
Yeah. And you kind of have to do a little deduction. Let's get back up to 2100. You have to kind of do it. Sometimes it's not as obvious, but you can start to kind of build that in your mind. Sometimes it's not a road, but it's a tree line. You kind of start to get that picture of what a country mile looks like. And that country mile might look like this down here, and when you get up to 10,000 feet, it looks like that, but you can still use it to count.
Yeah.
You ever take a commercial flight somewhere, even at 35,000 feet, you can practice looking out the window. You're like, oh, there's a little country mile, and you start counting, and you can, damn, I can see for 57 miles, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so now let's try to figure out how to get to East Troy.
All right.
All these little nuggets are why repetition is so important in flying, because it's like impossible for me to give you all this stuff in one flight, right? There has to be an available time to talk about it or mention it, and your brain's so overloaded anyway that about 1% of it's going to stick.
Yeah.
9 Alpha Papa, I need you off the final approach course for 7 right at Milwaukee, so proceed direct East Troy.
I don't know, we'll look well south from here, but we'll go direct East Troy.
You are well south, but your current course is taking you towards it.
You're in some VFR navigation. Flight lesson, we'll stay south next time I'm out.
So what was he saying?
He just doesn't want us to stay go over the center line for,
Got it.
yeah.
All right, so we changed course a little bit.
And then there'll be no airplanes over the final at 2,000 feet out here.
Number 9 Charlie Juliet, contact Chicago approach 120.55. Have a good day. 055, Fort Georgia. Good day.
We'd like to terminate. We'll stay south of the center line and at 2,100.
9 Alpha Papa, radar service terminated. Squawk VFR for exchange approved.
Okay, we'll be back. Thanks, 9 Alpha.
All right, there's 1,200. I got a little lippy with him. I shouldn't have done that, but kind of pissed me off.
What'd you do?
I mean, he just told me that he needed me to go direct to East Troy, but and he was worried about the center line for 7. They're landing on that runway 7 right, but
Contact the Ocean Tower. Have a good day.
there's nobody there. I mean, we're like 5 miles south of the center line, so.
Yeah, I mean, we are pretty direct to Troy right now.
Yeah. I would say so. Okay, so we have Lake Muskego here, so what are we looking for now? What's going to be our reference to East Troy?
We're going to look for a freeway, which will be somewhere out there, but this freeway right here actually lines up pretty directly with, or just off to the right will line up directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a wedding today, and then a wedding next week.
Nice.
The one next week is Maddie, who's our copywriter.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be fun.
Excellent.
Yeah, today I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Going for Megan.
Very good man.
Yeah, well.
All right, so looking at our map, we're just on the southern edge of Lake Muskego here, so we're over here.
Yes.
So East Troy's over here, so we probably looking for a freeway to the right somewhere. And what you could do is, I would just kind of angle up to the north until we can find that freeway a little bit.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah, we're out of there here, as far as I can tell. And then we're going to follow that freeway down, and then we're going to start making some radio calls once we figure out where we are relative to that.
How long of a flight was it to the UP? 3 hours?
2.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some good winds.
Yep.
Milwaukee, good morning, Wisconsin, 6141, 13,000. Wisconsin 6140, Milwaukee approach, yes, under 2994. 94, thanks. Milwaukee approach, good morning, Care 729, level 6,360. Care 729, Milwaukee approach, yes, under 2995. 95, thank you.
I can kind of start to see the freeway up there. If you start to see, you can see like a semi-truck.
Yep, got it.
Cars moving pretty quickly.
Yep.
That's the one we're looking for.
All right.
Now we just got to find the airport. And I'm going to throw a dart and say that that town we're pointing right at is McWanago.
Yep.
Or it may not be. It may even be Big Bend. I don't know. But the freeway splits.
Yeah, because
See how non-obvious those lakes are from up here?
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's kind of obvious. You can kind of see that's got the split, kind of this one here. You can kind of tell that.
40 cross
Yeah.
to 10,300 knots.
Alright, let's start listening to some weather. So if you want to monitor East Troy weather, I already got the frequency up there, so all you got to do is flip down on the headphone there. Turn up the volume, and we should be listening to it. That's the frequency there.
East Troy Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 1640 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility 104,800. Scattered 5,500. Scattered temperature 28 Celsius. Dew point 16 altimeter 29er 4 remarks. Density altitude 2,600. East Troy Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 1640 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility 104,800. Scattered 5,500. Scattered temperature 28 Celsius. Dew point 16 altimeter 29er 4.
We got Zulu.
Density altitude
Well, it's not the. That's the. There's no
2,600.
identifier because it's automated. So we can turn him off.
Yep.
And let's dial in 23 nothing, and that's the frequency to talk to East Troy. We'll put that in our radio that we talk on, which is the #1 radio up there.
What was it?
23-0. Awesome. And then let's put that in active. Okay. We got our freeway?
We got our freeway here. Is that the airport there?
I would think so.
All right.
So let's sneak down to pattern, about 1,900 feet, and let's self-announce we're 5 to the north, inbound for left traffic, runway 8. So East Troy traffic, and I'll pop a 5 to the north.
Forward traffic.
Inbound left traffic, runway 8, East Troy. You'll notice that this is a Unicom frequency. There's multiple airports in the area that people are reporting on. That's why we also identify who we're talking to.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, do your best.
East Troy, Cessna 739, Alpha Papa, 5 to the northeast, 13?
8 inbound for left traffic runway 8.
Inbound traffic, runway 8, East Troy.
Nice. I mean, you can say anything you want. There's
Yeah.
no, I mean, there's just some high schooler sitting at a desk down there going, well, listen to this. No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, you don't have to worry as much about phraseology, but just the practice is good.
Yes.
About 1,900 feet. And then we're going to enter to 45 to left downwind, and then we're kind of looking for other airplanes now. So there you're going to level off. And about 2,000 RPM, 85 knots, that's the downwind power setting. You can go mixture rich here. You see any other airplanes on final, or on upwind, crosswind, downwind, anybody? Nope. Good. You're kind of keeping your eyeballs out, and then when you think we have the spacing, you can make that turn to the west, and we'll be on the downwind. And then you're going to do your opposite spot, land, and then we're just going to stay in the pattern.
Forward traffic, Central 165 miles west, head down runway 28 Maury.
He's talking to Maury, which is actually west of Madison, so. How do you feel about the spacing?
We're looking good. I can square it off now.
Cool. And see how you lost about 100 feet and you're still descending while you're doing all that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so try to manage that while you're doing this. It's dividing attention.
Got it.
You don't want to wind up 500 feet low.
Very true.
Maybe a little close, right?
Yes.
Very common when you're entering the non-towered airports at the beginning. For some reason, everybody gets real close. That's okay. A lot of boats today. Good. Decide on if you're high, low, or need more flap. What do you think?
One more.
All right. Decide on power.
East Troy, now pop turning final runway 8, East Troy.
Boy, I fucked that up, eh?
How's this one looking? All right. This one gonna work?
No, probably not. Should we
Get
go
out of
around?
here. Yep. Don't touch those flaps. All the power. Get it under control. Right rudder. Get the wings level. Track the center line. When you feel good about the airplane being under control, flaps to 20. Good. Now just adjust. Let it accelerate. Stay under control. Let's do the. Now you can start cleaning up one more flap. Flaps at a time. Good. And the rest of them.
East Troy, 9 Alpha on the upwind runway 8, East Troy will be in the left pattern.
Not making the calls. So we made our call. We didn't make a call entering downwind. We didn't make a call with base final. It's okay. There's a lot going on. Why did we end up so high on that one?
I was way too close.
You were close. So what was a bigger factor, you think? When did you turn base?
Did I turn base too soon?
Early. Way too early. Yeah.
Okay. I thought I saw it running down,
Okay.
but
Well, let's get the ball in the middle. Let's start that turn to the left crosswind. Let's try it again. And then you're going to make a call East Troy. 9 Papa left crosswind runway 8 East Troy. I'll make that call.
sorry, what was it?
East Troy traffic now, Papa left crosswind runway 8 East Troy.
Left crosswind.
Upwind 28 Maury traffic.
East Troy, 9 Alpha Papa, left crosswind. 18 East Troy.
Runway 8.
Runway 8.
Yeah, not 18.
Not 18.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's the pattern altitude?
1900.
Okay. Almost like there's a lot going on or something.
I know.
What's our downwind power setting?
22?
21.
21?
Yeah, 2021. We're just looking for about 85 knots. Remember, we need to track the center line. We would try to determine if we're converging or diverging from the runway, and then we figure out a heading that keeps us tracking so that we stay parallel to the runway and we're not diverging or converging on it. Got it? This is looking pretty good. Yeah, you turned early and you delayed flaps, you delayed taking power out, and then you overshot. But I was really happy to see that you managed your airspeed. You didn't pull up or tighten the bank or kick in rudder or any of that stuff. You did a nice job there. That's the stuff that'll kill you. You can always go around, right?
Yes.
So capture 70, nose down to hold 70, trim for 70, and then take a look at that spot. And then we'll get this turn over with, and then we'll probably do another flap right away on base. That's the standard. I'd go to 20 every time on base, most of the time, unless you really don't think you need it.
Yeah.
Decide if you're high, low, or just right. What do you think?
Head high.
And how about another flap? Take some power out. I love it. Both of those things are going to get you down. And then make sure you're holding 70, because that's really what's going to get you down. See how we're slowing to 65?
Yep.
Pitch down for 70, and guess what? Here we come, right?
Yes.
All right, how about the rest of the power, rest of the flaps? Oh, you're diving. See how we're about 80? There we go. Back to center line. I'm going to show you something.
Yep, you got it.
Feel my foot? My right foot's all the way to the ground. I have the left wing down.
Yeah.
Called a forward slip. All right, you have the airplane.
You got the airplane.
Hold it off. Look at the end of the runway. Try not to let it touch. Hold the stick back. Don't let it go. Hold it back. There you go. Good, good. Hold it back. Good. Flaps are coming up. All the power.
Power's in.
All right, stay on those rudders.
Got it.
Let it accelerate a little bit longer. Okay, pop it up. All right, now just lower the nose. Let it accelerate. Point right at those trees for a little. Just let it accelerate. Point right at those trees. Point right at the trees.
Yep.
There we go. There's 70. Kind of hard to point right at trees, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, still turned a little early.
Okay.
But that was a forward slip. Did you feel what I did there?
Yep.
I had into the wind is out of our left there. I had the opposite rudder and left aileron in, and I exposed the whole side of the airplane to the relative wind, which created a shitload of drag.
Yeah.
And we just went down, but we didn't sacrifice any airspeed.
Should I be doing that?
I haven't taught it to you yet, but that was the first time I've showed you. But yes, you can start bringing that into your repertoire. Let's get that right rudder in.
Got it.
And let's start that turn. East Troy traffic, 9 up Papa, left crosswind, East Troy.
East Troy, 9 up Papa, left crosswind, East Troy.
Runway 8, East Troy. And then we'll make a call on downwind, base and final. I missed it the last couple times as well. But we'll try to bring it in. I'll have you stay a little high this time. I'll have you practice a forward slip. This airplane, it says avoid slips with flaps extended. When you have 40 degrees of flaps in this airplane, they can kind of blank out the elevator. So if you slip with them, you'll get like a buffeting. It's not prohibited. It's just not recommended.
Okay.
But I would just slip with maybe 30 degrees of flaps.
Okay. So you want me to stay high on this one?
Well, I'll take that back. Let's just fly it normally, and we can still practice the slip, not high.
Okay. So does it matters which way the slip is, we got to slip into the wind?
You always want to slip into the wind. Yeah, you can slip outside of the wind, but...
Okay.
Or you can slip against the wind, I can say, but it's not very... it's not recommended because slipping into the wind keeps you tracking. If you slip against the wind, you're not And then once all that's done and the airplane is trimmed, then you can look at the spot. By about that time, it should be getting pretty close to being able to turn. Good. This is looking really good. Love this. Yeah, keep that turn coming. Next flap on base. Just for 70. And you won't need to slip on this one. We'll do it on the next one. I want you to just kind of get the practice for the land. Yep. Probably don't need the power. Turned a little early on final there. That's okay. We'll get back. Maybe one more flap. One more flap. Now, remember the golden rule here for us is hold that stick in one spot after the wheels touch. And you're never going forward or letting go of the pressure. You're always adding back pressure or keeping it in one spot. Got it. The end of the runway and try not to let the wheels touch. Hold it off. End of the runway, hold it off. You just hold it off. Keep holding it off. Hold it off. Don't let the wheels touch. Hold it there, let it come back down. Reapply, hold it, hold it. Good. Flaps are coming up. Stay on the rudders. Ailerons into the wind a little bit. Stay on the rudders. Keep it straight. Good. Nice takeoff. There's 70. Now relaxing pressure a little bit lets the airplane accelerate, and then you can recapture. You don't need to like level off, but if you pull up and just try to hold an airspeed, the airplane does something we call mushing, where it kind of just, it's real, it's nose up, there's a lot of drag, and it's just kind of settling or staying in one spot. And if you lower the nose, it reduces the drag and allows the airplane to accelerate a little bit, and then you can re-pitch up and climb, and it'll just be a cleaner climb. Rudder, keep that ball in the middle. I missed the calls again. 90 Papa, left traffic, runway 8, East Troy.
East Troy, 90 Papa, downwind 8, runway East Troy.
90 Papa, East Troy traffic, we're left downwind runway 8, East Troy.
Yeah, left downwind runway 8.
My bad.
That's okay. Stay on the rudder. Alright, let's come around. Watch that pitch attitude.
Yeah, this is a little funky here.
There you go. About 5 knots slow, which is a lot of pitch. How's your rudder? Not good. Alright. Spacing looks great though. It'll keep coming up. Pitch power trim for downwind. Alright, now we're going to try to both remember this time. When we turn base, East Troy traffic, 90 Papa turning left base, runway 8, East Troy. And then one more call when we're on final. Okay.
Say it now?
Sure.
East Troy, 9 Papa, left base, runway 80, East Troy.
Nice. And once you get more comfortable, you should be able to do this and talk.
Yes.
There shouldn't really be anything preventing that. There is a lot of... Your brain's working really hard right now. Alright, how about that turn? Which is normal, by the way. It's a lot of stimulus. This looks real good. So we're gonna practice the slip here again once we turn final.
East right traffic, 9 o'clock, turning final runway 8 east right.
Okay, so get on the center line. You turned a little early there.
Okay.
And now what I want you to do is I want you to kick in the right rudder all the way to the floor and then add some left bank and pitch for airspeed. So hold 70. Hold that right rudder on the floor. Now, in a full forward slip like this, the rudder goes to the floor and then wing keeps you on the center line and then you pitch for airspeed. See how that helps us come down?
Yeah.
Bring the power to idle though. There you go. And then you can come out of the slip once you have the spot made. You can relax the rudder, come out of the slip, and then just land. Now hold it off. Don't let the wheels touch. And once the wheels touch, I want you to keep that stick in that spot. Wait for it. Just wait for it.
For a little,
It's okay. Wait. Good. We'll just let this one roll, and we'll just turn around. We'll just taxi back and take off.
okay.
We don't have to go around. That was good, but we used up all the runway to do
Yeah,
it.
we
But
did.
that was good. So what we're trying to do is bring that. We're trying to bring that back to the landing zone.
Yep. We came in a little hot.
Yeah. You're practicing the slip. How'd the slip feel? It went pretty well, I think.
Yeah,
It's just weird.
It'd be nice to, play around with the aircraft. I don't think I've ever gotten to just.
Well, we can go up to altitude on the way back and do it on the way back to Mitchell if you.
Yeah, just.
Okay, so here's the call. East Troy traffic, clear all runways, East Troy.
East Troy. Clear all traffic. East Troy.
Clear all runways. Yeah, so
East right traffic, 9 o'clock, clear all runways east right.
that's it.
Okay.
We're just kind of letting the people here, which no one's probably listening anyway, that we're. Let's get in the middle of the taxiway here. And then the after landing flow is carb heat off. Mixture out about an inch. Flaps up. So 3 things, right? Boom, boom. And then let's take that power out a little bit on the brakes. This is about all we want to do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go up and practice that slip at altitude a little bit. I kind of threw you into the fire here doing it on landing.
Yeah.
It's an okay place to learn it. Gives you that judgment. But if you
Yeah.
want to feel the airplane, we can do that.
Yeah, so I've done it a lot in the flight simulator, so I
Yeah.
understand the physics of it.
Yeah.
I've just never, obviously, been able to,
Yeah.
for real.
So is this a runway right here we're about to cross?
Yes, it is.
All right, so look for final, look that way, and then East Troy traffic 9 Papa crossing runway 36 East.
East Troy, 90 Papa, crossing runway 36, East Troy.
Non-towered ops are, it's just kind of common sense stuff, right? Just making position calls.
Now, do people actually do that, like veteran pilots?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
From helicopters.
Yeah.
Helicopters seem a bit scary because if that power goes out,
Yeah, you have auto rotation.
really,
That's.
does it work?
I don't know. I'm not a helicopter pilot. I don't ever want to be either. They kind of scare me.
Same.
But yeah, essentially it works. The wing, the rotor on a helicopter is just a rotating wing.
Yeah.
Just like propeller is too. But so if you can maintain velocity over the rotors and keep them spinning, develop some lift, and then you basically have one shot at the end where you kind of like pull up and I think you stall the blades, or you pull up and take all the rest of the lift you have available to take off from the touchdown.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but you don't have a lot of. I don't think you have a lot of places to go. Like in an airplane, you become a glider, a very heavy, inefficient glider, but you have some miles to.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to stop here?
We'll stop. We'll make sure final looks clear,
Yeah.
and maybe just do a quick pre-takeoff check. Maps are good. Mixture. We can go rich. Car beats off. Doors, windows. Everything looks good. Alright, so then you guessed it. East Troy traffic now, Papa, departing runway 8, left traffic, East Troy.
East Troy, 9 Alpha Papa, departing runway 8, East Troy.
Left traffic.
Left traffic. Okay. But if left traffic is assumed, you have to say left traffic?
Or staying in the pattern for runway 8.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, something.
Alright, well, you're looking good. Alright.
Ready when you are, my friend. So what is the windsock telling us? A little bit of a tailwind out of the left,
Out
right?
of the left,
Yeah.
yep. So, left aileron until...
Yep, stay on those rudders.
Got it. Yeah.
Actually, it's a crosswind, pretty much, straight crosswind. Here come the ailerons, just a little bit. Stay on those rudders. Good, you can feel it, it's ready to fly, right? And you just
Yes,
kind
I
of
can
turn
feel
to the
it.
wind, track the center line out. Let's do another lap and go back.
Okay.
So we'll start our crosswind turn about 1,300 feet.
Yep.
Morning traffic, 3477 Echo, turning final 28, morning traffic.
And then once you turn on the downwind, we'll make another position call.
Alright. East Troy, 9 Alpha Papa, runway 8, downwind, East Troy. Did I miss anything?
Good enough. Left downwind, maybe.
Left downwind?
Yeah, you said it a little out of order. I would have just said East Troy traffic now, Papa left downwind, runway 8. Other than that, it was fine, yeah.
Okay.
Or some people could just say we're a Cessna 172 on left downwind.
Okay.
Call sign's not even, there's recommended phraseology and then just effective phraseology, like, hey, I'm here. Right?
More traffic, Sky 438 Echo Romeo, turning left base 28 morning. More traffic, Sky 438 Echo Romeo, turning final 28 morning. Number traffic, my 926 final 29, jumper.
Little overshoot, not bad. You don't need any slip or anything here. The pitch for airspeed, power for the spot. This is looking really good though, because now we can shorten that runway we're going to use for landing. Do that whole sequence that we did on the last one, do it here. Power comes to idle when you've got it made, just hold it off. Looking at the end, don't let it touch. Little left wing down, there you go, hold it off. Just wait for it. Wait for it to settle, hold it off. Wait for it. Stay on the rudders. Flaps come up. Flaps, 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 flaps first. There you go. Left aileron. This is not a steering wheel, left aileron. Rudders are your steering wheel. There you go. You were trying to get back to the center line with the yoke for a second there. Maybe not.
Yeah, I kind of lost focus of the aileron.
Yeah. You reverted into auto driver tendency again, which is 100% natural. I get it.
Yeah, I had focus on the feet.
Yep.
And not on the aileron.
Yeah, we were going this way, and you're like, I want to go this way. This was the worst invention ever in an airplane, because they all used to be this, and this makes more sense, because the last thing you're going to do is like, I want to go this way. It just, trust me, it's really great when you fly with a stick. It just makes sense.
Yeah. And why did they change that?
Because they wanted to make it They wanted to make airplanes accessible to everybody. They wanted people to think it was easy to do. Anybody could do it. It's just like a car, see?
Man, I feel like a stick is the way to go.
It is, yeah. Once you learn, we'll go out to, you can start that turn.
Where are we going? Are we...
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do one more here. We got time.
Okay.
Let's do one more, sorry. And then we'll go back.
Sure.
And I didn't make any calls again last time. God, I'm the worst instructor ever. Just doing all these calls and I didn't make any. We're the only ones here today.
Yeah.
But if you remember, we could make a call on downwind and again on base final.
Okay.
That was a nice landing. You held it off longer. You were waiting for it.
Yep, I was almost hit stall.
Yeah.
This was kind of a botched, but we'll fix it.
Runway 01, Air Troy Estates. It'll be a northbound departure.
So that's that private one right up here, I think.
Parting.
Yeah. Air Troy Estates.
Tri-County, Cessna 93 Golf.
Yeah, he's just to the east, slightly north of where we are. So.
Runway 27, full stop, Tri-County.
I wanted to get one more good practice one in. That was nice, that last one. Yep. Yeah, once you get licensed, we'll go up to like Hartford or somewhere where they have like a cub.
Yeah.
You take the doors off and it's tandem. I sit in the back, you sit in the front. And you learn a tail wheel airplane where the wheel's in the back. And then you really learn the rudder within about 5 hours, otherwise you're going to wreck the airplane.
Yeah.
And then you get the stick, the center stick, and you sit in the middle of the airplane, and it's like, oh, this is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
This side-by-side seating, a yoke, it all actually makes learning to fly more difficult, I think. Because now you introduce a tendency called parallax, where things look different when you're looking to the right or the left. Like heights look different.
Yeah.
Left and right turns and all kinds of nasty stuff. You don't get that in a tandem airplane. You're sitting on the center line of the airplane. Everything's symmetrical. Yes, I remember that time. Got a white and a red, that's good. Once you've got the spot made, the power can come to idle, fly it down, and then hold it off. Try to stay in the middle of the runway if you can. Little left wing down, wait for it to sink, keep holding it off. Once the wheels touch, hold that stick off. Not bad, stay on the rudders, stay on the rudders. Get the aileron into the wind, stay on the rudders.
I fucked that up.
That wasn't that bad. A little firm, but
I needed rudder, and I didn't know which fucking rudder to. Well,
if the plane's going left, you'd step on the right rudder. If it's going right, you step on the left rudder.
yeah, I double guessed myself.
Yeah, it's okay. It's experience. It just takes time, repetition.
Yeah.
Firm touchdown, but firm touchdowns aren't bad touchdowns. We could have helped. You kind of just wanted to get the landing over with at some point. You just kind of dropped it on. If you would have held it off just a hair longer, we would have settled in.
Yeah, I think I was afraid of skidding.
Yeah, it's okay. You will keep at it.
It was looking perfect otherwise.
Oh yeah, it was good. The approach was good.
Oh well.
East Troy 9 Alpha is departing runway 8 to the east. Will be a northeastbound departure, East Troy.
So that's how you leave the pattern. Kind of tell them we're leaving runway 8, going to Mitchell, or northeast. We'll go back up to 2,100. We'll point at Mitchell and see if we can use our map again. Back over to Mitchell.
Okay, do you have a map? What?
Oh, here it is. So I'll orient it the way we're going. And we've got our freeway somewhere over there. Let's just kind of turn towards the freeway. We'll use that to get our bearings. And we'll go up to, yeah, if we just track parallel to that, that should be good. Up to 2,000, 2,100. Yep. 2,000 would be good. 2,000 again so that we can stay underneath the floor of the outer shelf, and that way if he is still mad at me for getting snippy with him and ignores me, it'll give us more time. Yep. Get back in. Beautiful day to go flying today though. I'm really glad you reached out.
Yeah. Same.
Hartford traffic 31 hotels, left downwind 36 Hartford.
Level off at 21?
Yeah. Got Lake Muskego over there.
Got it, yeah.
Let's kind of point, I guess, you know what, let's point to like the southern shore of the lake over there so that way we stay out of his approach path because he's very finicky about that today.
Traffic, runway Delta overflying the field south to north at 3,000 East Troy.
So there's somebody overflying East Troy. Okay, so tell me how we got to get back to Mitchell. Tell me what we got to do.
Alright, so we gotta get to arrivals first.
Yep. Approach.
Sorry, approach. Okay. So approach, and then we're getting to tower. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, approach, then they'll switch us to tower. What information do we need to give approach?
Approach, we give ATIS information.
Yeah, so we probably want to get that, right?
Yep.
3477 Echo, turning final 28.
And ATIS is 126.4.
Yeah, also on the, it's also in the info block for the airport, which is, you'd have to fold the map, but yeah, 26.4, you got it. So let's put it in our weather radio.
Oh yeah, 126.
So as you might have deduced by now, I like to use this one for talking and this one for just like weather.
Yep.
Kind of handy.
Nope, it makes sense, and I gotta do that.
Milwaukee Mitchell Airport ATIS information used for 165 Zulu. Wind 050 at 3. Visibility 10. Your cloud at 5 south. Your cloud at 25 south.
Yeah, baby.
Temperature 27. 2.16.
See that airplane out there?
3. Visual approach runway 7 right.
About right, coming up parallel to our wing here.
Departure runway 7 right.
I don't know.
Under the strut now.
Right below.
About our altitude.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. So keep an eye on him. We'll just go back down to 2,000. That'll get us a little below him.
Bird activity vicinity airport. All aircraft read manual host notice.
And I'll watch him. You can get the weather.
Contact ground control frequency and live on initial contact. You have information uniform. Milwaukee Regional Airport ATIS information uniform 16522. Wind 050 at green. Visibility 10. Your clouds at 5 south. Your clouds at 25 south. Temperature 27. Dew point 16. Altimeter 2993. Visual approach runway 7 right. Landing runway 7 right. Departure runway 7 right. Runway 7 left, 25 right close. Use caution for numerous taxiway closures on airports. Transponders required to be on while operating on runways and taxiways. Bird activity vicinity airport. All aircraft read manual host node instructions for clearance delivery contact ground control.
Alright, we got it.
Live on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Alright, we can turn that off and we'll just tell him we're, how far would you say we are from Mitchell? So we're,
Is this,
that's Lake Muskego, so where are we right
10 miles?
Yeah.
From Lake Muskego's right here, so 10 miles? Or just over?
Yeah, are we over the lake yet though?
No, we're not. We're 12.
12. I would say 12 to the southwest inbound with uniform.
Yeah. This is Milwaukee Tower?
Milwaukee Approach.
Milwaukee Approach,
Not
goddammit.
talking to tower yet. Yep. Stay at one, we're descending a lot. Let's stay at like 1900. Lost about 300 feet there while we're doing all that. Which is significant.
Yes, it is.
That guy is ripping around on that lake.
It's a small lake.
Yeah.
He is just doing donuts. Alright, so let me... so we are Milwaukee Approach.
Yep.
Milwaukee Approach 739 Alpha Papa. We are 12 to the southwest with the information uniform.
Yep, full stop.
For full stop. Got it.
4 Foxtrot Yankee advise you have Milwaukee in sight.
Milwaukee Approach 739 Alpha Papa. We are about 12 to the southwest. Looking for a full stop. We have information uniform. 9 o'clock.
Beautiful.
Top Fox 4624.
4624.
4624, 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Be ready to write that down because that's what they're going to give you. Write it down and put it in. Alright, so now he came back with our full call sign and gave us a squawk code. We are now clear to enter the airspace.
Got it.
You see you have Milwaukee Mitchell in sight?
Yes, we do.
Alright, point at it. Probably going to give us a straight in for 7 right. If there's no air carrier traffic.
49 Alpha Papa, your radar contact 11 miles southwest of Milwaukee. The altimeter is 2995. Verify your altitude and that you have information uniform.
We're at 2,000, we have uniform now.
2,000 with information uniform, 9 o'clock.
9 Alpha Papa, roger. Proceed straight in, runway 7 right.
Straight in, 7 right, 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Over 9 Alpha Papa, advise you have Milwaukee in sight.
Insight 9 o'clock.
Insight, 9 o'clock.
9 Alpha Papa, proceed straight into runway 7 right. Contact the tower.
Straight in, 7 right, contact the tower, 9 o'clock.
Nice, alright.
So, tower is 124.57, 24.57.
And like to start kind of lining up for a straight in, you could give him a call.
Yeah. Now it's like this? The runway?
Yep.
Okay.
And we need to call the tower.
Tower, 9 Alpha Papa, straight in for 7, right?
That's it.
Milwaukee Tower, 739 Alpha Papa, straight in, 7, right, 9 Alpha Papa.
Just 1 9 up pop at the beginning.
79 Alpha Papa, Milwaukee Tower, 1060 at 7.
Runway 7 right, cleared left.
clear to land, 7 right, 9 up Papa.
Yep, you're starting to get in the habit where you're saying 9 up Papa at the beginning of your transmission and then 9 up Papa at the end. Try to avoid that.
Only in the beginning?
Yeah. Yep, 9 up Papa, blah, 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 that's the transmission. Or you can say it at the end if you want to.
Instead of in the front, so one or the other.
Yeah, don't say it at the front and at the back. That's a rookie move.
Aha.
Not that you're a rookie, but I don't. Once you get out there and you're soloing, you want to sound like a professional, and that's my job as an instructor.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes. Feel
And
like
I say it's a rookie move, and that I promise that I've never done that when I'm working even with Southwest Airlines. Not once. Not once.
And I believe you.
Yeah. Which means I do it about 50% of the time. All of these things that I'm mentioning or nitpicking or whatever are things that I never do.
Okay. I want to be just like you.
That's right.
That's the goal.
Yeah, that's 100% right.
Foxtrot Yankee is 9 miles out, inbound to landing, 7 right, 4 Foxtrot.
4 Foxtrot Yankee, Milwaukee Tower, wind 050 at 7, runway 7 right, clear for land.
So isn't that what we're on?
Clear land, 7 right, 4 Foxtrot Yankee.
So,
And she's behind us.
yeah.
So she's clear to land number 2. And if you listen back to the tape, you'll hear that she came on and said her call sign at the beginning and the end of her first transmission. That's nuts. Yeah, what an idiot. She doesn't know what she's doing. No, I'm just kidding. We all do it. We all do all these things.
But I didn't hear her say number 2.
She probably didn't, or I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't listening.
Okay.
What I do know... Oh, that's 2 people. I've counted 37 swimming pools and 2 people in them, which is a utilization rate of 5.4%. There's got to be a way to make money on that. There's so many swimming pools, but that was, I mean, there's more than that. That was just over East Troy, I counted 37.
Yeah.
And I saw like one little kid swimming in one. Might have been a little kid.
So we're this big runway right here.
That's it.
Should I try to land a little bit later on the runway?
Nah, just land normally.
Doesn't
We'll just make
matter.
the turn off that makes sense, and then we'll...
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to make money on the amount of people that buy swimming pools and not use them.
Yeah, how would you do that?
I don't know. Let me think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe a swimming pool removal business?
So they had a swimming pool Airbnb. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, you can Airbnb out your swimming pool.
Just the swimming pool?
Yeah. So you can have parties at people's swimming pools.
Are you like inside your house while this is happening?
I don't know. I've never done it. I would assume it's more so like Florida.
Yeah, so if I was like a dirty old man, I was like, only college girls. That's all I rent to. Then you sit in your house with the curtains drawn and...
Yeah, binoculars.
Yeah. I would say, based on my napkin study that I did up here today, that the average swimming pool utilization rate is at under 10%, even in the middle of summer.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah, I don't know why I do. I mean, there's got to be something else I can do up here sometime. Probably teach you to fly. That'd be one thing I can do.
So what do you... Take me through your process on this, because straight in is a little bit different.
Yeah, so what's our, how far out are we right now? Would you just throw in a dart? About a mile?
1 mile.
Okay, so we're at 105 knots. So let's start slowing it up first. So you need to either slow down, or you need to slow down and get down. This airplane can happen to do both those things at the same time. Some can't. But get in the white arc, get that first flap out. You may have to pull up to slow down, which will make you feel like you're high, but once you get the flaps out and dirty up the wings, you'll start descending. And try to get to 70, get on speed, and then you can decide on flaps and power to kind of be where you need to be. The end goal is to have 2 whites and 2 reds on the PAPI there, which I want you to correlate that to a sight picture, so that when you get to an airport that doesn't have those lights, you can estimate.
Yeah. So we're too high. Well, according to
But
that.
that only tells the truth if you're on the glide path. We may be high, but descending onto the glide path.
Yep.
Once you get to the glide path, if you do about a 500 foot per minute descent, that'll hold there. So see that we're about 800, 900 feet per minute? We're descending onto the glide path. When we get onto the glide path, if you slow our descent rate to about 500 feet per minute, you'll land right on the two fat white markers there where the tire marks start. This is looking pretty good. Visually, you're looking for a spot on the runway that's not moving up or down. That's where the wheels are going to touch. So there's one red light. There's two. Now you're in the pocket. Now you got the runway made, so you can bring the power to idle. Hold 70 knots till you're about 10 feet off the ground, right about here. Now go to level flight, look at the end of the runway. Just hold it off. Try not to let it touch. Just wait for it. Be patient. Try to stay in the center line. With wings, rudder keeps the the longitudinal axis straight. Hold it off. Let it settle now. You're a little high. Just let it settle. Add a little power. Just a little bit. That'll cushion it.
Got it.
Yeah, and then just hold the stick back. Power to idle. There we go. That'll make the first left. So you just kind of gently come up on the brakes.
And on Alpha Papa, you can tell left at Alpha 3 and ground point 8.
Left Alpha 3, ground point 8.
Nice job. So we landed with a lot of nose up on that one, right? Because you were doing what I told you, but you pulled up a little too much right at the end. We ballooned.
I did, yep.
And then we were stalling, but we were still about 5 to 7 feet off the ground.
Yep.
So adding a little power kind of settles you on, or you can just lower the nose, add power, all the
Yep.
power, and go around.
And it did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go through your after landing flow, those three things: carb heats off, mixture, and then Milwaukee ground, 9 Alpha Papa, going to signature.
Milwaukee ground, 9 Alpha Papa, going to signature.
Have your pen out. He's going to give you
9 Alpha
instructions.
Papa, Milwaukee ground. Taxi via Alpha, hold short of Echo.
Alpha short echo.
Alpha short, Echo, 9 Alpha Papa.
All right, see the black sign with the yellow letter? That means we're on Alpha. See the B over there? That means that's Bravo. So that's signage. So we're on the right taxiway. There's also an A painted here.
70 Milwaukee ground.
So we're going to go down until we get to Echo. We're going to hold short of that.
Taxi via Foxtrot, Zulu, Echo.
Most likely he's going to give us instructions prior to getting there, which is most likely going to be 9 Alpha Papa continue taxiing via Echo, cross 3-1 and 7 right. He'll say Echo Zulu Foxtrot, cross 3-1 and 7 right. Let's read that back. So he'll say 9 Alpha Papa continue taxiing via Echo Zulu Foxtrot, cross 1-3 and 7 right. Okay. Makes sense kind of if you think about the diagram. It's having us hold short because there's probably an airplane coming out of the terminal or going in. Doesn't want us to be in there. So your flow is carb heat off, mixture comes out about 1 inch, and flaps come up.
Got it.
That's the after landing flow. It's 3 things. So try to get in the habit of doing that.
It's carb, mixture,
Yeah.
flaps. Got it.
Yep. After you've got off the runway. That's what the checklist is going to tell you to do. So you can do that and then consult the checklist to make sure you've done all the items.
9 Alpha Papa, continue Echo, hold short runway 13.
Echo short 1-3, 9 Alpha Papa.
Oh. Good lesson today.
Yes.
There's my Southwest brethren.
Ah.
I'll be going to work in a couple days.
You what?
Gotta go to work in a couple days.
Yeah.
Taxi to app flight.
That's 4 Foxtrot Yankee, Milwaukee ground, taxi via Alpha, hold short Romeo.
Alpha, hold short Romeo, thank you for Foxtrot.
Is it easy to take off and land?
Yeah, it's like a big 150,000 pound Cessna at the end of the day, honestly.
Right.
They just sit about 25 feet off the ground. And, all right, you can keep on moving, going all the way up to holding short at 1-3. The switches and the dials and the systems, that stuff kind of like when you're learning to fly in this one and it's overwhelming, that stuff
That's 4 Foxtrot Yankee. You can actually continue Alpha.
is like
Echo,
overwhelming and it kind of throws you off, but at the end of the day,
Alpha Echo, hold
it's all about the
short,
fundamentals, and what you're learning here applies to that.
Okay.
It does the same.
Yeah.
The difference with that is you're going a lot faster, and so you have to do your planning a lot further out, and it doesn't like to go down and slow down at the same time. So on final, we were like 110 knots trying to get on the glide path and slow down to 70 knots. It was easy in this plane. In that one, you try to do that, no chance.
Wow.
You can only do one or the other.
Turn right on to Golf. You're going to cross 13 and then continue Bravo.
Right on Golf, cross 13 and then continue Bravo to Flight.
That's that guy's gonna do.
Alpha 970, the Cessna ahead of you is going to hold short of 13 for you. Cessna 9 Alpha Papa, the Falcon ahead turning onto Golf to go towards the ramp. You can continue after them. Echo Zulu Foxtrot, cross 13 and 7 left.
Echo Zulu Foxtrot, cross 13. What?
And 7 left.
7 left, 9 o'clock.
Nice. Alright. Yeah, you got most of that. Impressive.
Yeah.
1185, monitor the tower. I'm going to...
Am I good to do that then?
Yeah, so just look both ways. So there's two parts to crossing a runway. You have to have the clearance to do it.
Yep.
If you're at a tower or a controlled airport, then you just want to visually check that there's nobody either, because they're humans too, right? So it's at the end of the day, it's no one's taking off or landing. At a non-towered airport, make sure no one's taking off or landing. You just cross.
Yeah.
Make a self-announcement. My first flight, my flight instructor, my mentor, the guy that taught me to fly, is in the ground now. He's probably about 75 years old when he taught me to fly, but he was a character. Yeah, I learned it. I sold this airplane, but he was doing a lesson or flying one day right after a big windstorm back in the 90s or something. And the sign to the Blockbuster video was like on the roof of the pick and save or something like that. So he landed and he went into pick and save, and he told them, he's like, hey, I know where you're at. Oh, I don't remember exactly how the story, but he told one person like where the sign was. They're like, how did you know that? Like he made up some story. He didn't tell me he was flying overhead. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny at all how I told it, because it didn't make any sense. Funny how he told it.
Yeah.